Brisbane Yamaha knows boats.
Hi, it's Aaron here from Brisbane Yamaha, and it's 2020. Guess what, this year I'm going to do a lot of YouTubes. People all over Christmas said, where's this YouTube? Do another YouTube, Aaron. Well, I've got something special for you, like I do, brand new model. One of the most famous boats in Australia is Topender. Topenders are awesome, I love them, I've been in them for years. One of my mates had one when I was a kid, we used to go off deep Tempest in it at a 450, very capable boat. Well, Telwater's just brought out, Quintrex just brought out new range, starting with the baby of the fleet, and it's not much of a baby, the 430 Topender Pro. Now, we've got a fish about pros too. What does this mean? It has the Blade Hull. Have a look down there, because this is beautiful, and it's the reason why Quintrexes ride better than anything else. Have a look at that hull. Like I always say to you, it looks like a fiberglass hull because it's the shape. No one else can make that shape. It chops through. It just slices through the wave, that nice, clean, small entry, and then it comes back around it and it rides on confused waves. So as the boat goes over, the waves come over and they roll around and confused, and that's why Quintrex are so soft. Now you've got this flared bow here, which keeps you beautiful and dry. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty. No one can do that. 5-stage automotive paint. No other manufacturer does that either. You could get, I'm not going to do it, right? I'm not going to just scrub something on it, but these are harder than anything else because no one else who has trailer boats has them oven baked. Only Telwater. Now have a look back here, Dan. Go over there and have a look. We're on the beautiful alloy trailer, Telwater trailer, and just have a look at its lines because I don't think people have understood. 430 Topender. This is the first one I've seen in the flesh, and what we've done, come around the back, we've put a 60 Yamaha. That's right, maximum horsepower. Now these little beauties are 114 kilo. I would say it's the most reliable outboard the world has ever seen. Big claim, Aaron. Oh, big claim. Well, not really. I saw one up in the Daintree with 8,000 hours. I've seen heaps of them with 3,000 and 4,000. And I've seen so many hundreds, if not thousands of our customers that we've sold 60s, and they all love them. They don't use any fuel, they're dead set quiet, and they are a sexy little bit of gear. They never break down. I've never had a warranty on a 60. There you go, of the thousands, never ever, not even one warranty, not one. Why? Yamaha. This whole Yamaha thing, you know, other dealers don't believe me when I tell them how little warranty we have. You know, I have more warranty on the boat than I have on the Yamaha, full stop. Now, big transducer back here. Have a look at the hull back. You can see we put transducer, you see the back of it. Now there's a little cage that goes on. We've got a live bait tank back here. Well, it's, yeah, live bait tank, and you can see these, if your boat's not coming, if your boat doesn't come with those as an intake, you'll be sucking in weeds and then you'll burn out your pumps. 4.47. So it's a 4.3, but it's nearly 4.5. The beam's 2.1, and these are 3 mil. But of course, remember, Telwater uses special aluminium that tempers as it's stretched, because the way they make this shape, which is different to all other boats, it's stretched over a great big metal die. And when it's stretched, it tempers. And it's actually stronger at that state than 5083 plate. 5083 Bisloi plate. This is stronger, right? That's why I don't even know if I've seen, let me just think. I haven't seen a Quintrex boat with a crack in it that has been built since 2000. Not one. They never crack anymore because of the welding. I don't see a lot of other boats crack. Oh, I do see a few, but let's not talk about that. Now the transom, you can bet 5 people in it. Maximum horsepower of 60 horsepower, so we've gone the full watts. The weight can be 128 because a lot of the competitors to Yamaha are big chunky things, you know. Now have a look at the front. Have a look up here, Dan. There's another seat spigot here because you'll move one of these seats. There's 3 in the boat. You've got the bow plate on the front. There's a seat spigot. This is a poly-molded box. You can put an anchor in if you want a Minn Coda. And you probably all know that I love Minn Codas. I wouldn't have a boat without one now. Now look down here, storage, Dan. It's always important. There's storage, it's lined, it's carpeted. That's the sock that goes on your Telwater bimini. It goes over and zips up, yeah? You should fold them up. That's a beautiful thing, so you can just leave the bimini up while you're going. We always give a whole kit of safety gear, as many life jackets you need, flares, signaling mirror, anchor, rope and chain, buckets, the whole works. All that storage can go away. You'd get all your tackle boxes and things in there too. Well, you probably wouldn't get all mine. I take way too much stuff. Beautiful seats. Now let's have a look. Go up the front, Dan, and let's have a look at this. So what do we got? Good steer. I could probably drop that chair, but what happens, Telwater produce all the chairs the same length. Centre consoles are really high pile on them. And what happens is then we chop them down to people, right, to match your height. So when you hop in a boat, don't go, oh, I'm a bit higher, this is horrible. We'll just change it for you. Nice steering. Now, back down here, Dan, let's have a look. We've got self-draining. We've got a automatic bilge pump. We've got battery, isolation switch. Brisbane Yamaha, famous for work. You got the clear bowl fuel filter, beautiful live bait tank, fuel tank. Back here you got the bracket where you could have a ski pole, could be a live mega chopper. Dan's going to put up the specs with all the options you can put on these boats. What we do at Brisbane Yamaha, we put stainless steel rod holders in. Now a boat of this, you'll go offshore, you'll catch snapper, you'll catch some big pelagics. Last thing you want is one of these shies and has some plastic rod holders just snapping and you lose your rod and your fish and everything. So we change it. I also put a USB in them all. Here's a radio. You've got a beautiful Yamaha land gauges and a massive platform to put a good sounder, you know, on here. Now this is a 4.3. It's a big 4.3. Have a look at that. We've got the bow mount on there. You've got the Telwater bimini. And I'm sitting here. I'd like to have it so we can stand up. But what we're going to do, let's go in the water. And what I'm going to do is take 3 people. I'm going to take Michael. Show Michael. He's bored over there. I'm going to see if I can get Michael wet because he hates water. See you on the water. So here we are in a brand new model, the 430 Topender Pro. And I can tell you, if you were looking for a smaller top ender than a 450 or a 481, if you wanted a boat that's easy to handle on a single axle trailer, you want a capable boat, this thing's a game changer. I tell you, it is awesome, awesome handling. Now at 6,000, it's doing 55 with 3 people in it. It's blowing a gale today. And it'd probably be a better boat with a high thrust 60, and that's what I'll be putting them on them. You know, I'm having a look down here, there's plenty of room for us to be fishing with 3 blokes in a 4.3, standing up. If I was jigging, if I was casting lures or bottom bashing, my God, my dad and we'd sit back here and catch whiting. I'd have a bin here full of them. Now let's go and see what this little beauty handles in this weather. We're into the waves, we've taken off. Okay, 3, 4, 5. Now, we're up on top and it's smooth. Dan's going out. I just geared it back a little bit because it is choppy and it's blowy. It's blowing, I think Michael said, what'd you say, Michael? 25. Blowing 25 at Cape Morton. It's 1.5 meters. We're in the 4.3. Dan's getting bumped around because he's up the front. Get back in your seat, Dan. He always wants to have a look at that bloody drone it is, you know. But look at this thing squirting out, and I can tell you, I haven't had a drop spent on me. Now, would we go out? Now, Grandma's coming with me. Well, I'm probably not going out on this windy day with 3 big fat blokes, you know. Birds are jumping, wind's howling through my hair, and we're just skipping over the top of these waves and staying dry. You know, that's the thing. If you own a Quintrex at the moment, you don't understand. Other boats are wet. They're wet and they bang your teeth out. This little beauty, just straight over and lands soft, you know? Yeah, don't forget we're all sitting down. And I'm dry as, and I'm going out and have a look at these conditions. I don't know if you can see them, there's white caps around me. I wish I was in this boat by myself, right? And then I'd really give it to it. I'd take the bimini off and just see how I could surf it. I reckon a mint coater on the front. You know, these boats, they're under 30, way under 30 too. You know, not 10 bucks, thousands and thousands. But all the salesmen won't let me say what a price is because 3 years later you try and hold me to it. even though half my prices are cheaper than they were 3 years ago. Now, 430 in a side console. How can that be? You've got 320, 340 kilos of solid man candy in here. You know, Michael might look skinny, but he's actually tall. He's 6'2" tall. Dan's built like a tennis ball with elastic band around him. And me, well, no one can believe how tall I am because of the girth of me. And we're getting out. I'm not saying you know, when I was young, I spent a lot of time in a 450 Topender. I figured that was the best boat I'd ever been in my life, up until I become a dealer. And I can tell you, this thing will do the same. Now, a 450 is a much bigger boat, but as an entry-level, hardcore fishing, going out into dams, going out in the bay, a family boat, full transom, live bait tank, you know, good solid side console with all that fishing room. This is just awesome family boating. Single bloke going out in a tournament, I reckon you'd have it. Now, here we are. I think in a follow and see, that's when you can test a hull. You know, will it breach? Will it grab that wave in front and just throw you across the whole thing? No, it won't. But, you know, keep in mind, it's a 4.3. This isn't a 5 metre boat. We're in big sea. I mean, big seas for a 4 metre. And it's just scooting along. This is an awesome fun boat. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to come up against a 420 Renegade. Your choice is either going to be a 420 Renegade or a 430 Topender. And that's where you are. Now, there's a couple of grand more in a Topender, and you get a couple of grand more worth of stuff. So it's options. What do they ride like? I don't know. I don't think I can do it. This is certainly the new model. It's the new latest hull from Telwater from Quintrex. A hell of a lot of R&D, years and years of R&D. People putting helmets on, screaming around. You know, a 420 Renegade can't take a 60, only a 50. This can take a 50, a 60. So the 430 Topender Pro's rated to 60. That's a little boat with a big motor on it. And I would probably put the high thrust 60 on it, because I love them. I put them on everything. They've got the same gearbox ratio as an F70. Same gearbox, basically. And it's a mathematical equation. It's spinning at the top, and that's going through the gearbox, and you have one prop smaller on a 60. You don't lose bugger all top end, but you get more out of the hull. Look at this thing. I'm going across the waves. I hope that drones show with this. You know, a lot of people in a 4.2 boat, so there's a 4.3, would be absolutely pooing their pants, you know? But not us. We're dry. I don't know, Michael might be. You can smell something. I hope it's not Michael. I think it's just a couple of rotten fish or some shags going. And look at this thing, you know? So out to the close-in impoundment, on any impoundment, out in the ocean. I'd be going across Tangalooma, you know, good day. I'd definitely be going out to all the inshore reefs. Look at this, look at it. Look how it handles. You know, if you've got a boat at the moment, a 4.2, and you wouldn't take it in these conditions with two big fat mates, well, you haven't got a Quintrex top 430 Topender, have you? Mind you, I'm paying both of them to come out in the boat today. No. Well, I'm going to stop in a minute because I'm starving. And yep, it's got this big glove box in the front in this console. That's the beauty of Telwater. Because they're the biggest boat manufacturer in the Southern Hemisphere, they can do R&D and they can make things, and they've got buying value. This console is absolutely awesome. You know, it comes with a radio, you've got those Yamaha gauges. What would I do? You could do anything with this boat. You know, and under 30 grand, it represents fantastic value for a boat of this quality and this capabilities. Now off we go, there's the drone. Have a look at that hull. Only Quintrex. There is nothing else that's ever had it, and it's not patented. I've told you that 100 times. The only reason no other aluminium manufacturer has got the money, has got the facilities, has got the technical know-how to build it. There's no dispute that a Quintrex hull, the Blade Hull, the old Millennium Hull, is the best riding aluminium boat for trailer boats. You know, and oh, you plate people, oh, I could build one. Go on, go and build a 430 that will do what this does. It'll be twice the price, 3 times the weight, and it'll be absolute Scheisenhausen. This thing, absolute O for awesome. All you kids, awesome starts with an A. But anyway, I always say O for awesome because there was a famous New Zealand boxer who won a world title, and they said, how do you feel? And he said, O for awesome. And everyone in New Zealand cringed. It's one of the best days of my life. So here we are in the brand new Quintrex 430 Topender Pro. Brand new model. If you haven't seen it here, you haven't seen it. Awesome boat, brought out because people have asked for it. They've asked for a 420, 430 with a full transom, with the blade hull, you know, put a mint coater on it. Have a look at this. Up here I'm flicking. I've got 2 blokes in here. Hey, I've got 2 blokes on one side. Have a look at this. 300 kilos on one side in your 430. Take it easy. Take it easy. Do that with one of your mates' boats. You'll be in the drink. Over here, casting, jigging, you know, big glove box. Got half a dozen ham and pickle sandwiches in there. You've got this big rotary mould. Look at that. I'd put ice in there, a couple of bottles of Shardy. That'd keep my wife happy. Kids would be happy. I'd be happy. If you're looking for an all-round boat, a boat that you can go offshore fishing, a boat you're in impairments, a boat that you can explore these beautiful waterways, do yourself a favour, have a look at the 430 Topender Pro. Either at Burpengary or at Logan, at Brisbane Quintrex, which is now Yamaha as well. So if you're on the north side, if you're on the south side, come and see us. And you'll be glad you did, because you'll save thousands. And I'll see you on the water. Bye for now.